So my name is Eitan Goldstein. My farm is, its name is the Garden of Eitan, and it's about quarter an acre of organic vegetables. It's pretty near to Jerusalem, and yeah, the farm is near Jerusalem, Israel. I started playing with vegetables and plants and garden about 5 or 6 years ago, and just fell in love with growing food, and it was just magical for me. And I just knew from the first plant that I planted in soil that I want to grow food and I want to live off food, of really nutritious and organic food. And about 2 years from the moment that I met this world, I just I started my farm. It was just like a natural thing. Just fell in love with it. I knew that I wanted to grow food, and I didn't have any experience, just zero experience, and I knew that I should start very small. I should experience it in a small way from the beginning, and then I will see if it's for me, if I want to go bigger, if I want to just leave this world, I don't know. But eventually I started looking for places, and the place that, well, the farm where it is today it's in the place where I grew up, Kibbutz Netiv Alamedei, Israel. And this place, in like about 15 years ago, it was still a cowshed. It was a dairy farming place, and it was neglected for about 10 or 15 years. And I just saw that this place was like something history for me and my family. It was historic, and we felt that maybe because it's inside of our town and because it's so close to everywhere around, maybe I can start from here, and we'll see for the next. And that's why I got here. It's not an orthodox field for agriculture, because it was a cowshed and it has concrete all over and only 2 stripes of soil in both sides of this place. So I had to bring a lot of natural soil from nature, but local soil, and it was the most difficult job in order to get this farm going, was to bring the soil, because this farm just didn't have any soil. So I think that was very, very, very challenging. And also you need to, after we brought the soil, we had to build it with a lot of compost and a lot of good cultivating and low tillage as much as we could. And right now it's been 3 years that I'm cultivating the soil that I brought here. And it's, you can see from year to year that the soil it's getting better, and more biological life in it. I can see it every day, and the plants and the vegetables that I plant are growing better. And so it's a long process, and I'm still in the middle of it. So I sell my produce to nearby grocery shops, and mainly to grocery shops, but also to people that learn that they suddenly have a vegetable garden here in Netiv Alamedei, and they just come here. I invite people and customers to come to buy the organic and fresh produce every Friday mornings. And many people come. It's really fun to see a lot of people enjoying the product that I do, and but still mainly most of my sales are going to grocery stores, which are nearby and like maybe 30 minutes drive to each place. But it's the best way for me to just get the produce in a regular way, in a regular base, and yeah. So in Israel, most of the agriculture is it's conventional, and it's actually organic agriculture. Organic farming has started in Israel just about 10 years ago, and many few farmers are going that way until today. But it's getting bigger, it's getting stronger. More people want to eat organic food, and also most of the farmers are really doing big acreage and big lands, and they grow like really big operations. And my operation is pretty small and pretty unique in that in the view in Israel. So you still have all the people around saying that you can't do it. It's not economical. We never seen anything like it. And I tell them that a lot of farms around the world are going that way, and it's also for me it's going pretty good. And you can always make better ways to grow and to do the things around the farm. But I really think that even though it's very unique and very rare in Israel to do such small-scale farming, it's gonna be a big thing in Israel in the next years. So Israel is a pretty warm place. We have like 2 months of winter, and it's not even snowing, and rain is like it's raining from time to time, but we don't have water in Israel in general, like rainwater. And it's just, it's a big challenge growing, especially greens and winter vegetables, to grow it in Israel. And you can come up with a lot of solutions. Although also in Israel, a lot of irrigation systems were invented, and I think that we have a lot of solutions around here. But still, it's a big challenge to just grow organically. Also, it's not only that we don't have rain and we don't have cool temperatures. We also have a lot of pests because they don't die in the winter time, so they just come all the time, and we live with them all the time, the organic farmers. So most of the year we have more than 30 degrees Celsius every day. The spring here is starting at the end of February, and it's just so different from northern places. During the summer we can get like 35 to 38 degrees most days, and nights are like 20 or 25. We have a lot of desert winds. It's a pretty challenging climate here. So because it's so hot and the sun is so hard and high in the sky most of the year, we have to we have to just put shade cloths from March on until October. It's like 7 months or 8 months that we need to use shade cloths. And we also, of course, we use overhead irrigation in order to cool the vegetables. So that combination of shade cloth and cooling systems are pretty doing the job, but it's still, you can't really have a good and like good and fresh green produce at August and July, August. It's really hard to get a good crops because there are a lot of pests, and you just at some places in Israel you just can't do it, especially if it's organic, unless you have like greenhouses which are really sterile and really isolated. But my farm it's not like that. Well, my system with planting in my farm is mainly and basically it's around transplants. Although I grow a lot of baby crops and baby greens and small and very dense crops, I have my reason to do it with transplants. And in Israel, it's very common to have these kinds of trays, which are 442 cells, and they are very cheap cells. You can buy a lot of them. You can also get them from big farmers. They just use it once and they throw it away. So most of my trays I took it from farmers that just planted once and throw it away. And I just can plant 442 transplants at one cell, at one tray, so it can give me a lot of seedlings, a lot of transplants, and I grow them very quickly. They grow very quickly because I sow a lot of seeds in every cell because it's baby crops, and they are ready to be planted at around 10 or 12 days from seeding. So that's, I think, is a big advantage. The thing is that when you direct seeding in the bed, baby crops and other crops, you get very dense crops. And for me, it was very difficult after I finished with the bed to turn it over. It was a lot of work because I don't do very hard tillage, and I prefer to just as quick as I can to just pull out the last crop and plant the next one. So when you do transplants, and I do it very densely, the planting, but still when you need to finish the crop, you can just cut it really quickly. It's not like everywhere in the bed there's plants. It's only where you put it, around the drips, and that's why it's way more efficient for me to do it. I just come, maybe I can pull it out with the roots, and I can also just cut it with a knife, and it will be ready for the next planting in really quick. So that's a big advantage for me with transplants. So my farm is very narrow and very long, so I had to go with buckets of harvests all the time, and it was very tiring. I was exhausted, and just about 2 months ago I bought an electric car in order for me to make my time more efficient, my time doing harvest, and it really has been very efficient since then. At the beginning of my farm, I used to cut all the things here with knife by hand. Of course, it took a lot of time, and my farm even got bigger and took more time, and I just knew that I had to make it more efficient, all the harvest. So when I got the greens harvester, my main reason for buying it was to cut crops like arugula and baby greens like mizuna and pak choi and baby lettuce. And really, when I bought it, it was a game changer. It helped me to do it, to do some of the harvest a lot more quicker. It made my life easier, yeah. And also, when I found out that I can do it for microgreens, it was amazing, because also microgreens, when you cut them by hand, it takes a lot of time. And I think that the greens harvester is for microgreens is perfect. It's like 100% perfect, because you just can take it in, and in 1 minute the tray is gone and you go to the next one. So the quick stand, it was a great idea, and I didn't know if I'm really going to be use it all the time. But when I got it and started using it, it was way better than to go with the greens harvester just above the microgreens tray. I just had to push the microgreens tray into the greens harvester, and that made it a lot more, the harvest, the cutting was a lot more accurate. So it really changed my work here. It's been great. It can cut all of my microgreens. It's doing it really nice. The cut is very good. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's been a lot of hours that I spent in cutting by hand the microgreens.
Yeah.
It's been very frustrating, and when I got the quick stand, from the first time it was like, yeah, I was very happy. I think that my character is like, when I love something, and from the beginning, as I said, I just fell in love with growing organic food. So I just dived into it, and during that process, I found out so many reasons that it's so good to do it. It's healthy, and it gives you work ethic, and people just like it. And I also, of course, I just loved it. I loved being in the nature, but still it's like human and nature come together in a great way. And I think the main reason I do it is just, many farmers maybe will tell you they love it, but also they are addicted to it, and I don't know how to say it, but you just can't stop. You plant your crop, and then you want to plant the next one, and it's like you have all the time in the world to just be in your farm, working days and nights. It's challenging. It's not an easy life. It's not an easy job, but the advantages of it are just giving me the power to continue doing it. And the people, the customers that enjoying my work and my produce are really important to me. So I have a lot of reason to continue doing it. I really think that from the beginning, I knew that we had a pretty complicated system of growing our foods all around the world. And when I started planting my first plants in my home vegetable garden, I couldn't think about how can I spray it with pesticides and poison, basically. So from that point, I just knew that I want to eat and I want to grow only organic, complete organic vegetables, and I want that the community around me, that I know all the people that lives here and in the area actually. So everybody here really knows each other, and they are dear to me. I love the people around, and I just wanted to to give them something natural and real and really good food. And I really think that it can be it should be a solution for food systems all around the world. I was raised in a really good family, really close family, and my parents are really supporting. They support all their children, whatever they want to do, they are behind there. So it was the case also with me, and just my father has helped me from the first minute I started doing this crazy thing called farming. I really don't think that I could have done it without my parents. They are both were very, very important for me in that process. You should really be very optimistic about farming, because when you just think about it and you just planning your farm, everything looks like a fantasy, very idealistic and nice. But when you get to the point where you start and you start working very hard, it can be very hard. It can be very challenging. It's a lot of working hours, days and nights. And I think that the first thing you should know is that just don't give up, just keep doing it. Even if you feel like you don't do it the right way, just keep doing it, keep investigating, keep searching for the best solutions. I think everyone can learn how to farm these days. Everybody can learn how to farm from the internet, and we have a lot of great farmers which share the knowledge, and really very, very good and important people. And I really think that if someone really likes the idea of being a farmer, he should know that it's amazing, but it's very challenging, and just keep going. Yeah. Try to get better all the time. You can't stay there the same way, but just don't give up. When I started the farm, I just started with very few tools, like just a tiller and a seeder. But very quickly I learned that I will have to have more tools in order to make my time more efficient. And since I've been starting to get more and more tools, it really made my time more efficient, and really made my life easier. I don't think that farmers should buy every tool that they see, because not everything is right for their farm. But I really think that you should learn and try to figure out what are the most important tools for you, and just go get them, because they will change your game. I didn't have any experience at farming, and I just thought that I could come and plant stuff and just harvest it, and it will be easy. But when you get to the specifics, you just see that you have to be efficient. The time is really the most important thing that you have as a farmer. It took me some time to figure out what are the best crops for me to grow here, but I knew that I have to get as much. I knew that I needed to get the produce very quick, so I can rotate the beds very quick in order to get more produce and more cash flow. So I just, I figured out that I should do greens, like baby greens and salads mixes and all kinds, like spinach and Swiss chard, kale, herbs like basil and parsley. Mostly I do baby lettuce, because it's a really good, people really love it. and I came to like a very good system with this specific crop. And but as much as I would like to grow other crops, bigger ones like tomatoes and peppers and eggplants and squash and everything, I really like everything, but it just didn't make sense. So I went with the greens, and it's really working well. I can grow like a bed of lettuce in 20 days or something, and it's really, you know, it's just efficient. Yeah, it's just using my land the best way I can. My plan is to get my farm bigger, but I'm still not sure if I'm gonna be like a commercial grower for many years to come, or if I wanna take that farm thing to like also a commercial direction, but I wanna combine it with other worlds, maybe like maybe education. And it's really interesting because you can do a lot of things with farms, not only grow foods. You can also have people here to learn how to grow the food, and people are really just, when they come here, they are just like, it's like magic for them. So I really think that it can do a lot of other good things other than just being a platform for growing food. So my farm is gonna get bigger, but I think that it will be more diverse, not only strict agriculture, more stuff. I would love to have like kids here to just learning about nature and about plants and about everything. And you can do a lot of things, you know. Yeah, in Israel it's common to make to combine agriculture, farming with tourism or with educational stuff. So I'm not sure yet, and I didn't go there yet. But I think what I feel right now is that I need to share this thing with more people, and not only the people that buy my produce in the grocery stores, but I want people to come here.